Hey everyone, ready for a happiness boost? Today we're doing a deep dive into an article called From Meh to Magnificent: 5 Ways to Level Up Your Happiness.
Ooh, I like that title.
It's catchy, right?
Yeah.
We're going to break it down and give you some hopefully super practical tips to actually make a difference.
Awesome.
And it doesn't matter if you're already feeling pretty good or if you're kind of stuck in a meh mood. There should be something in here for everyone.
Yeah, I think a lot of people struggle with that. Like, where do I even begin?
Totally. And this article kind of gives you like a roadmap.
Yeah, totally.
So the first thing that really jumped out at me was how they talked about movement.
Oh, yeah.
Not in the go hit the gym and punish yourself kind of way.
Right.
But more about finding ways to actually enjoy moving your body.
And I think that's where a lot of people get tripped up, right? They think of exercise as this chore.
Ugh, yeah, it's like, I have to do this.
Exactly.
And then, of course, you're not going to stick with it.
It's all about finding something that makes you want to move.
So true. I used to hate running on a treadmill. It was like the most boring thing ever.
Ugh, the worst.
But then I discovered trail running, and it's like a whole different world. Being out in nature, exploring new paths. It's like an adventure.
See, that's awesome. You found something you actually enjoy.
Exactly. And I think that's what this article is all about. Ditch that exercise as punishment mindset and think about what kind of movement lights you up.
Right. Maybe it's dancing or hiking or rock climbing or I don't know, underwater basket weaving, whatever floats your boat.
Okay, underwater basket weaving might be a stretch, but I get your point.
Aha, you get it. The point is to find something that makes you excited to move your body.
And don't forget about the sunshine while you're at it.
Oh yeah, sunshine is like nature's happy pill.
Seriously, even just a few minutes outside on a sunny day can make a huge difference.
There's actual science behind it too,
Yeah,
you know?
tell me more.
Well, sunlight helps our bodies produce vitamin D.
Right.
And vitamin D plays a crucial role in regulating our mood.
That makes so much sense. Like when I'm stuck inside for too long, I definitely start to feel, I don't know, kind of blah.
Exactly. So get outside, get some movement, soak up those rays. It's like a recipe for happiness.
I'm loving this already. Okay, so we've moved our butts and gotten some vitamin D. What's next on the happiness level up list?
All right, this next one might be a bit tougher. It's about taming that inner critic we all have.
Oh, you mean that voice in my head that's constantly telling me I'm not good enough?
Yep, that's the one.
Ugh, I know the voice all too well.
We all do.
And it can be so loud sometimes, it's impossible to ignore.
It can be really tough. And the thing is, all that negative self-talk can have a huge impact on our happiness.
Seriously.
Oh, absolutely. It can chip away at our confidence, make us doubt ourselves, and even contribute to anxiety and depression.
Wow, I didn't realize it was that serious.
It's a big deal, but the good news is this article gives us some really practical tools for dealing with it.
Okay, good, because I need all the help I can get.
One of the key takeaways is to actually replace those negative thoughts with more realistic and compassionate ones.
So instead of just telling myself to think positive, I need to actually come up with different things to think.
Right. It's not just about, slapping a positive sticker over a negative thought.
Yeah, that never really works.
It's about actually changing the way you talk to yourself.
So what, give myself a pep talk?
Kinda, but more like, be your own best friend.
Okay, I could try that.
The article gives this example. Instead of thinking, I messed up that presentation, you could try something like, okay, maybe I could have done better, but I'm still learning and I'm still awesome.
I like that. It's like acknowledging that you're not perfect, but still being kind to yourself.
Exactly. It's about progress, not perfection.
That's a good one to remember.
So how about we challenge our listeners to try this out?
Yeah, let's do it.
Think about a negative thought pattern you tend to get stuck in.
Everyone has at least one, right?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Now imagine saying that thought to a friend.
Would you ever say that to someone you care about?
Probably not.
So why do we say those things to ourselves?
That's a good point.
We deserve the same kindness and compassion that we give to others.
So let's all try to be a little kinder to ourselves today, okay?
Deal.
Deal.
Okay, so speaking of being kind to ourselves, this next tip is all about indulging in some guilt-free pleasure.
Ooh, yes. I love this one.
It's like permission to actually enjoy the things that make you happy.
Without feeling bad about it.
Exactly. And, sometimes we forget that pleasure is actually a really important part of well-being.
It's true. I used to think self-care was all about, face masks and bubble baths.
Yeah.
Which are great, don't get me wrong, but this article made me realize that it's really about anything that brings you joy.
It's about nourishing your soul.
Right. There's this line in the article that I just loved. It said, "Pleasure is not a reward to be earned. It's nourishment for the soul."
Ooh, that's good.
Isn't it? It made me think about how often I put off doing things I enjoy because I feel like I haven't earned them yet.
Oh, I totally do that too. It's like, I can't relax until I finish all my work.
Exactly. But then you end up burning yourself out.
And then you can't enjoy anything.
It's like a vicious cycle.
So, what are some things you've been putting off that you know would bring you joy?
That's a good question.
Don't be shy.
Okay. Well, I've always wanted to learn how to play the piano.
Ooh, that's awesome.
I know, right? But I always tell myself I don't have time.
But imagine how much fun you would have.
I know, you're right.
You deserve to have some fun.
Thank you. I needed to hear that.
And maybe this will inspire some of our listeners too.
Yeah. So, dear listener, what's something you've been putting off that would bring you genuine pleasure? What's one thing you can do today to nourish your soul?
Take a moment and really think about it.
Because you deserve it. All right, so we've moved our bodies, tamed our inner critics, and treated ourselves to some guilt-free pleasure.
We're on a roll.
We are.
Yeah.
But there's more. This next tip is all about the power of connection.
Yes. Connection is so important.
It really is, and what I loved about this article is that it talks about how important connection is even for introverts.
That's a really good point.
Like, it's not about being the life of the party.
Oh, right.
It's about having those deep, meaningful relationships that make you feel seen and understood.
Because at the end of the day, we're all social creatures.
Even the introverts.
Even the introverts.
Yeah.
And those connections, they really do make a difference.
And it's not just about having lots of friends. It's about having the right kind of connections.
That's so true.
Like people who lift you up, inspire you, make you feel like you could do anything.
People who you can be yourself around.
Exactly. You know, reading this section made me think about a friendship I had that wasn't really serving me anymore.
Oh.
It was one of those, like, draining friendships.
And I think we've all been there.
And it was tough. But I eventually realized that letting go of that friendship was actually an act of self-care.
You know, sometimes you have to make space for the good stuff.
Exactly. And it's amazing how when you close one door, another one often opens.
It's true. So for all our amazing listeners out there, who are the people in your life who make you feel energized and supported?
Who are the people who make you feel like you can conquer the world?
Take a moment to appreciate those connections because they're precious.
Speaking of things to appreciate, that brings us to our final happiness tip. Gratitude.
Gratitude. It might seem simple.
Kind of cliche, right?
Yeah, but it's powerful.
I used to roll my eyes at gratitude journals and all that.
I get it.
But this article really explained it in a way that made sense to me.
What do you mean?
It's not about forcing yourself to be grateful for things you're not. It's about shifting your focus to the good stuff that's already present in your life.
It's about noticing the little things.
Exactly, like a delicious cup of coffee.
A sunny day.
A kind gesture from a stranger.
It's about training your brain to